Anita-Joy, Charles, thanks for chatting with Cherry the Geek TV today about Fightland. First episode premiering Friday, July 31st on Starz. Congratulations on the show. You both are so amazing in it. You play siblings Zeke and Cece Marshall. On paper, Zeke is an unpredictable, brash, loose cannon, while Cece is the brilliant, business savvy brains running the gambling side of things. Can you both talk about building that sibling dynamic and how your characters clash or complement each other while dealing with the disappearance of your father Kingsley?
Oh wow. So we built this relationship by just having a lot of conversations, laying out kind of how we both worked and figuring out how that would work for this project and how that would work for us to build this relationship and then subsequently portray that on screen. And at the heart of it, we both, want the same things. We wanted it to be authentic. We wanted it to be truthful. We wanted it to be honest. We wanted people to watch and be like, oh my God, like I have that relationship with my sibling, regardless of whether they were, a boy sibling or a girl sibling. Um, we were very keen to to not to not to not lose that, but to really embrace that. And also within that, we got to really know each other and realize that we had so many things in common that was almost like we were siblings. And then, from there it blossomed. So yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot we had a lot of conversations prior to shooting, during shooting. It's important for me as an actor to try and get to know my fellow actor, my colleague. And we're from both Nigerian heritage, and so we delved into that and talked about our own personal upbringing. And then subsequently we talked a lot about, this brother and sister dynamic. I think they both challenge each other. That's how they
Mm.
complement each other.
Awesome.
Without there's a rivalry there without both of them saying, "Yo, I'm going for number one spot," and like she would never say that to him. It's like really under the surface, but both kind of happening in their separate world. So that like challenges both of them.
With your character's father missing, the Marshall family is vulnerable, right? So, Anita Joy, how does CC take that situation and use it to help protect the business? And Charles, for Zeke, is this chaotic power vacuum a chance to finally prove himself, or does it just heighten his volatility?
Um, I think for Cece, she uses the opportunity of her dad being a way to position herself uh with other potential opportunities to generate more money, more wealth, more status, more power. And with her dad being out of the picture, that distraction means that she can focus. And she takes full advantage of that. And she um doesn't she doesn't try to dwell in the fact that they, as a unit, are now more vulnerable because Kingsley is away. She tries to lean into the opportunity that comes from him actually being absent.
I think
Charles?
it definitely it's a bit of both. It kind of leans into his volatility, and it's a massive opportunity to prove
Mm.
himself. The Marshall name is such a esteemed, respected brand, right? And uh Zeke and Cece have the keys to the kingdom, right?
Hmm.
So it uh but the problem with that is that everything that Zeke is doing is to get the approval of dad. There are elements of this where Zeke wants to prove his credentials as a young promoter. He has a lot of new ideas which he's implementing into the Marshall brand, but a lot of it is to get the approval of dad, which then leans into his volatility and chaotic side. He's got the keys to the kingdom, but he's working it out on the go. You know what I mean? He's been around this volatility and violence and danger, but this is the first time he's got the keys to it. So that leads into his volatility.
Well, you both are amazing. You can see Anita-Joy and Charles in Fightland, first episode premiering on Friday, July 31st on Starz. Anita-Joy and Charles, thank you so much for chatting with us today on Cherry the Geek TV.
Thank you
Thank you
so
very
much,
much.
Joe.
Cheers.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Bye.
Bye bye.